Are you looking for a new series to start watching on Netflix in 2024? Well, look no further because I'm Greg, and here at The Binge List, we make recommendations for TV shows and movies you can access from the comfort of your own home. I've got 10 of the best Netflix original series that you can start streaming immediately on this list. We've got horror, we've got mystery, sci-fi, action, and even an epic anime adaptation. So stop mindlessly scrolling, stop wasting your time, and let's jump in and check out this list.
I'm gonna find the One Piece. It's Gold Roger's treasure. He hid it somewhere in the Grand Line.
It's a myth.
Can't wait to see the look on your face when we find it.
I want to start this list off with one of my new favorite series on Netflix, and that's the live-action adaptation of the anime series One Piece. In this show, you follow the iconic character Monkey D. Luffy as he sets sail with his ragtag crew of Straw Hat Pirates in search of the mythical treasure, the One Piece, and the title of the Pirate King. Navigating the treacherous oceans, he gets hunted down by marines and rival pirates, while forging these strong bonds of friendship with his crew that you meet along the way. If you're a fan of this anime, I'm sure you've already checked this out, but even if you don't like anime, this is a fantastic show. I was honestly shocked at how much I enjoyed it, not ever watching the anime. One thing that stands out is the production design. You get transported into this world with awesome locations, epic set designs, and the iconic wardrobe worn in the show, along with plenty of amazing action scenes incorporating the odd powers of some of these characters, as well as extremely solid performances from the cast. I am by no means an expert on this anime, as I'm only like 60 episodes into the 1078, but I did see that Ichiro Oda, the manga creator, is directly involved as an executive producer on the show, so you have to believe that there's some level of authenticity in the adaptation, and from what I've watched, essentially the live action just feels like a faster paced version of the anime itself. The One Piece live action adaptation is certainly a unique and ambitious adventure with tons to love, well worth delving into, and there's plenty to come as the series only covers about 4% of the entire manga, so definitely check it out.
Don't you think?
What if I have a bad dream?
Well, I'm sure we can handle any dream you have.
Next, let's talk about a truly creepy show in The Haunting of Hill House. This is another option from director Mike Flanagan on Netflix, who churns out amazing horror content. And in this series, we follow the Crane family who has fled their imposing mansion, Hill House, after a series of terrifying and inexplainable events leave them traumatized. Years later, the adult siblings are drawn back to their childhood home to confront the horrors that still linger within the walls, both supernatural and psychological. The Haunting of Hill House is ridiculously scary in my opinion, to the point I would only watch this during the day. It has a truly chilling atmosphere that goes way beyond jump scares with masterfully done cinematography and sound, but when the jump scares do come, it hits hard. But it's not all about scares. The series does blend in drama, family tragedy, and even elements of romance, making you care about these characters while constantly wanting to know more with each episode. One thing that I thought was a cool and terrifying element of this series is these subtle ghost appearances in the background of the scene, some in plain sight, just a small detail adding to the unsettling atmosphere. Whether you're a horror aficionado or simply looking for a well-crafted series, The Haunting of Hill House is a great watch on Netflix.
Today, I hired someone to solve my murder.
Next is a show with a ton of ups and a few downs, and that is Altered Carbon. In a future where consciousness can be digitized and downloaded into new bodies called sleeves, we meet Takeshi Kovacs, a centuries-old elite warrior turned private investigator who wakes up in a fresh sleeve after 250 years in prison. He's tasked by a wealthy tycoon to solve the impossible murder of his own downloaded mind. Kovacs navigates a world rife with corruption, forgotten memories, and technological wonders. Altered Carbon has a really unique neon-drenched cyberpunk aesthetic that blends CGI with these practical effects to create this gritty and immersive future world, plus action sequences that showcase martial arts skills and futuristic weaponry that translate to these thrilling fight scenes. The ups I mentioned earlier are season 1 with Joel Kinnaman as Kovacs, who delivers this compelling and layered performance, supported by Christine Ortega and James Purfoy. Then the downs to me was season 2 with Anthony Mackie as the lead, and no, it is not a horrible show or unwatchable by any stretch of the imagination. I love Anthony Mackie and he's a great actor, and if this was to stand alone, I think I would really enjoy it, but honestly the bar was set so high with season 1, it was a tough act to follow. And they did a very drastic transition in style from the acting itself to even the overall feel of the show. It almost feels like two distinctly different shows. If you like the film Blade Runner or the anime Ghost in a Shell, Altered Carbon is probably a great option for you. It has visually captivating experiences, it has this ambitious world building, and a very unique narrative.
Something is coming. Something hungry for blood.
What is it?
The Demogorgon!
We're in deep shit.
If you've not seen or at least heard about this show, you've probably been living under a rock, but let's talk about Stranger Things. Where in a quaint town of Hawkins, Indiana in 1983, a young boy named Will Byers mysteriously disappears. His friends embark on a desperate search to find him with a mysterious girl named Eleven. As they delve deeper, they unravel a series of extraordinary events involving top-secret government experiments, terrifying creatures from another dimension, and Eleven's telekinetic abilities. The kids face danger, uncover friendships, and confront growing up in a world where nothing is quite what it seems. The creators of this show, the Duffer Brothers, were inspired by their own childhood love for the 80s and Steven Spielberg, and gave this show a really cool nostalgic charm that captures the essence of the 80s, from the fashion and music to the pop culture references and technology. Throughout the journey, you get to know and love each character, from the kids group to the adults, who all feel very well developed and relatable. Despite the sci-fi horror elements of this show, Stranger Things is really about these characters, exploring themes of friendship, family, loss, and just growing up in general. And I say horror lightly with this one because it has more thrills and suspense than ever delivering genuine scares, but its monstrous creatures are done well and look truly fantastic. Whether you're a fan of 80s nostalgia, love thrilling mysteries with a heart, or simply enjoy a well-crafted coming-of-age story, Stranger Things is definitely worth a watch.
We have 7 other selves now. We can access each other's knowledge, language, skills.
My next pick is Sense8, which is an extremely unique show that I was obsessed with when it came out back in 2015. 8 strangers around the world find themselves unexpectedly and involuntarily linked in a psychic cluster dubbed a Sense8. They can hear each other's thoughts, feel each other's emotions, and even share skills and experiences. Initially extremely confused and even frightened, the Sense8 must learn to coexist and rely on each other as they face a relentless organization determined to eliminate them. Their journey takes them across continents, uncovering a web of conspiracies. The idea from the show of interconnected minds across the globe is super unique, and it's actually what made me check this out in the first place. And I just think it's super cool and it grabbed me right away. And I feel like the writers took advantage of it in so many ways in different situations throughout the 2 seasons. This is truly a global show. It was shot in 13 different countries with actors from Brazil, Germany, Kenya, Mexico, Korea, India, and the United States and Iceland. It presented a rich tapestry of characters from different cultures and different backgrounds, and with traveling around the world to shoot this, the series boasted breathtaking cinematography with diverse locations, really immersing you into the characters' global journeys. I personally was really bummed out when the show was abruptly canceled after its 2nd season, and it left many other fans frustrated and unsatisfied with this unsolved storyline. But fans grouped together and loved this show so much that they launched a massive campaign for a finale special, leading to a 2-hour wrap-up episode released in 2018. If you're looking for a show that has a super unique premise and takes you on this global adventure, Sense8 might be worth exploring for you.
In our time, many years from now, humanity's been all but wiped out. We've come back to change that.
I really enjoy shows about time travel, so this next one hits the spot with the Netflix original Travelers, where in a post-apocalyptic future, humanity faces extinction. To avert this, a desperate project sends the consciousness of highly trained operatives known as Travelers back in time. They inhabit the bodies of people just minutes before their death. And then these travelers have no choice but to assume the lives of their hosts, maintain their routines, and complete missions dictated by the AI program monitoring the timeline from the future. This is another show with an intriguing premise that keeps you guessing throughout as you piece the puzzle together. The idea of consciousness traveling and inhabiting another person's body is a cool twist on the typical time travel genre, and it is very interesting to see these highly trained operatives in somewhat normal civilian bodies where not all their skills translate. The cast does a great job portraying this in a fun and exciting way with strong performances that include Eric McCormick, Nesta Cooper, Mackenzie Porter, and Riley Dolman, but the group as a whole has solid chemistry throughout this entire series. And the action sequences are unique and suspenseful for that same reason. I'd go as far as saying that there's some humor in the action, because even the travelers forget that they're no longer in their highly skilled and trained bodies anymore, which leads to some humorous situations. All in all, Travelers is a great show to jump in and binge watch if you're a fan of sci-fi mysteries and philosophical dilemmas with complex narratives that twist and turn throughout the series.
Are criminals born? Or are they formed?
On to something a bit darker with Mindhunter. The show picks up in the late 1970s where the FBI's behavioral science unit is still in its infancy. We meet Agent Holden Ford and Bill Tench, who are tasked with interviewing imprisoned serial killers to understand their motives and develop criminal profiling techniques. They partner with psychologist Wendy Carr as they venture into the dark minds of notorious figures, facing resistance within their own bureau and grappling with the chilling realities they confront. When I was researching this show, I found a quote from the New York Times that I thought really hit home on what this show truly is. And it says, Mindhunter is a masterclass in psychological suspense, offering a chilling yet fascinating glimpse into the mind of monsters. And the cast does a phenomenal job bringing this to life with strong performances from the leads Jonathan Groff, Holt McCallany, and Ann Torv, along with other outstanding performances from both the FBI agents and the interviewed inmates, who all felt like they had depth and complexity with their characters. The show meticulously researched real-life FBI interviews and profiles, adding a layer of authenticity to this narrative, so this show is certainly not for everyone. It does feature some disturbing content and doesn't shy away from the details. So that's why I don't recommend this show to everybody that asks me about it, but if you are drawn to dark and suspenseful dramas, fascinated by the psychology of crime, and appreciate character-driven narratives, Mindhunter is a great watch for you.
He's coming, isn't he? You. Morpheus. The Neuromancer. You know, the Sandman.
Up next is the Neil Gaiman graphic novel adaptation, The Sandman, and this is by far the most trippy and psychedelic show on this list. In this series, we meet Morpheus, the Lord of the Dream World, who is captured by a sorcerer during a desperate bid for power. But after escaping, Morpheus embarks on a quest to reclaim his lost tools and rebuild his crumbling realm, while facing these formidable foes like Lucifer, Desire, and his rebellious brother. The Sandman weaves together so many interesting topics like mythology, fantasy, horror, and the coming-of-age story. This show is the definition of a visual spectacle. The series boasts stunning CGI, set designs, and costumes, bringing you to this fantastical world of dreams in mesmerizing ways, along with a vibrant cast of characters from historical figures to whimsical creatures. This all effectively captures the unsettling and dreamlike qualities of the graphic novel, creating a captivating and sometimes unsettling atmosphere. I really felt like you could feel Neil Gaiman's involvement as an executive producer on this show. He heavily influenced the show's creative direction, including casting Tom Sturridge as Morpheus because of his uncanny resemblance to the character's comic book art. And Sturridge does a great job. This character is captivating, and the excellent supporting cast adds to the quality of the series. Whether you're a longtime fan of The Sandman or Neil Gaiman, or simply enjoy dark fantasy series, The Sandman has so much to love in its visually stunning world, captivating atmosphere, and engaging journey into the realm of dreams.
Chess isn't always competitive. Chess can also be beautiful.
Let's leave The Sandman behind and let's head back to the real world with Anya Taylor-Joy in The Queen's Gambit. This show picks up in the 1950s America with orphan Beth, who discovers she has an extraordinary talent for chess. Fueled by her own fierce determination, Beth embarks on a meteoric rise through the competitive world of chess, challenging established masters along the way. However, she is tormented with addiction, loneliness, and self-doubt as she grapples with the pressure of her newfound fame and the ghosts of her past. Anya Taylor-Joy is honestly ridiculously good in this series. She's mesmerizing as Beth, capturing her genius, her vulnerability, her inner demons, and everything in between with some serious emotional range. I'm a long way away from being a chess master in any way, shape, or form, but even without truly understanding everything about the game of chess, the chess matches are super suspenseful. They film the chess matches very strategically, making them feel very intense, along with Taylor-Joy's facial expressions and eyes that draw you into this world of strategy and mental warfare. They even brought in high-end chess players and commentators to ensure the authenticity of the chess, and even though that authenticity is probably wasted on someone like me, it certainly elevates the quality of the show. And the production team does a great job with this show. The backdrop is really cool, with the 1950s atmosphere that is recreated with iconic fashion, set designs, music, transporting you back in time. So whether you're a chess enthusiast, a fan of coming-of-age stories, or simply appreciate remarkable performances, The Queen's Gambit is a great watch.
Kaohsiung were like
Criminals. You could have told me that.
We were trying to keep you safe.
yeah, nice work.
My last pick is the newest Netflix original series on this list, and that is The Brother's Son. I just finished this series myself, and it's a fun ride. We meet Charles Sun, a ruthless Taipei gangster who leads a comfortable life in the underworld of Taiwan. When his father gets shot, Charles heads to San Francisco to protect his mother and his naive younger brother Bruce. But they are quickly thrust into the heart of the Jade Dragons triad, navigating a web of family loyalties, rival gangs, and hidden agendas. Charles must protect Bruce and his mother while upholding the triad's brutal code. The series has a ton to enjoy, some really fun action sequences with explosive gunfights, chase sequences, and inventive martial arts clashes, to the relationship between Justin Chien and Samsung Lee's characters, the brother's son, while exploring their different upbringing and the cultural themes of loyalty and family obligations. The cast as a whole I felt did a great job in this series, from Michelle Yeoh, who I pretty much enjoy in everything she's in, to June Lee, Alice Hukins, all the way to my favorite character Blood Boots played by Jianzhu Zhang. He brought a ton of heart and humor to this show. And on top of all that, the show is relatively funny, depicting this normal California college student being thrust into the underworld of the Taipei gangsters literally overnight. While The Brother's Son doesn't reinvent the wheel, it is still worth checking out if you're a fan of action dramas, complex family dynamics, or simply enjoy exploring new cultural settings with a very, very strong cast. And that's going to do it for us today, everybody. Take a second to like and subscribe to the channel. Helps us get our recommendations out to others looking for great TV shows and movies. Also, check out one of our other videos here if you're looking for something else great to watch. But definitely let us know down in the comments which one of these you're going to go check out or you already love. Thanks again. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.